因为这个毕竟是要靠毒性去反弹的，毒性不够，没得玩了。可以，最后一个了，我看最后一个要放什么？放这个好了啦，引用20%随机奇换不好意思哦，这个碎，虽然我不知道碎在哪里，但是我就是想喊碎，连喊3个碎，抱歉是4个，碎，4、5个，也不要这样吐我槽。啦啦啦啦啦啦啦啦啦啦啦啦啦啦。哎，红色的嘞，那也都没 key 啊，红色的。啦啦啦啦啦！抱歉，喉咙不好。最后了，某个药，我他妈劈死你！我看你能多憨扣，几剑就让你跪在地上叫不敢。你死定了！哎，刚什么？哎，等我一下，确认一下。我怕太这不要了，滚！谢谢再联络，感谢你的协助，下次合作哦，感谢啦。还有什么？哦，谢谢，感谢有你。还有什么？杰洛特利比亚的杰洛特的利比亚。哦，不用了，我不用火把了。这个世界太黑了，我不需要那光亮。真的麻烦给你。这个不要，滚！这个没有用，这个不要，来干嘛？丢人哦！不好，这个能修什么？就修这个了，看起来最有用了。我怎么身上装一些怪里怪气的东西？战斗应该不影响那个啦，互中状态。来吧 ，Let's dancing。好了，我知道，来。看你多劳，把你瓦劳。不是哦，我要坤印啊！你这样坐在熊吹在我面前，就这么想扒我？哎呦，会抢，2200还行啊。他怎么智障的？大哥，你智障的，2啊一声然后就飞走了。大哥，你行不行啊？我看你不太行啊，大哥。你怎么傻在那里啊？看不到我的动作吗？你跟长老比真的比不上好像我是长老一样。谢谢各位，希望这一次我可以过。我的阿姆斯特朗炮从背后长出来了。免惊，我有条生蚝食个。滚！跳！满山刀，2、3，不好。有啦，1000多滴啊，算不错了。如果我修好武器，应该有5000多滴吧 ，maybe。滚！再不滚就要死了。1、2、3没劈到，按到重击了，这么刺激啊！来，只能劈2下，只能劈1下，不能被弹走，太羞耻了。滚！Give me 5！来！我又忘了，真是浪费。1下也好啦，看连1下都没有，失败啦。滚！对哦，越来越上手了。1、2、3，韩国在哪？没有啊，我觉得很简单。来了！滚！shit！ 你给我记住！不痛看来也没那么强。 砍不到。欧拉夫，不是迪拉夫。滚！啊！太慢了。好啊好啊，紧落来紧落来。哎 ，Give me five，Give me five。哦，来了来了。1、2、3，谢谢，谢谢。我来了，滚！1、2、3，谢谢。Give me five， 耶嘿！来来来，看一下我。滚！1、2、3，谢谢。Give me five， 耶呼！哎，他跳过那一招嘞。1、2、3，谢谢。来了来了来了，滚！非常好，看来你有 Give me five， 看来你有支持成我们志愿役的一员了。懂得服从。1啊，回来，谢谢各位。这么弱，你也太弱了吧！看来你的 R20在不爽什么？哎，你嘎小啊！啊！我已经被长老咬一口了，你又咬我一口，看现在是怎样？全世界的偏派人都喜欢咬我吗？太鸡巴了吧！我来了，神秘的里世界，有安娜贝尔的心脏。Hello, madam， 要不要买酱油？哦，我们的第3回合最简单了，砍那些心脏就好，心脏就好了。好难砍啊！哎，怎么突然这么难砍啊？我记得很好砍啊，奇怪了。不要这样啊，和气一点。这样我怎么砍啊？哎，好了，知道你很气啊，但不要这样嘛。我这样子一刀一下这样晃哦，打到什么时候？这个不行，太危险了。就这个伊拉夫，哎，不要卡我啊！你让我好怕，你好大，我好怕。啊，不要啊！大哥，你好恐怖啊！我看不到你啊！别！大哥你那么凶，大哥心脏而已。哎，大哥，听到了，大哥。哎，1、2、3，快砍！哎，死去！哎，别砍啊！哎，大哥你很气哦。好了，其实这个第三阶段很难呐，不简单，超难的，他妈太难了吧？谁说很简单的啊？骗我！大哥别气了，这很难的，我知道，你想告诉大家这是很难的。哎，大哥，这样我玩到什么时候啊？这样打不是办法。怎么这总有一天会打死啊？买啦！让我补个吞印啊！我怕，我真的很怕，不要这样。大哥，这个是不是很痛啊？痛死你啊！这个是不是很痛啊？痛死你啊！哎，毒性回得太慢了啦，我补不了血，有恐惧感。哎，大哥，好恐怖啊！大哥，你不要他妈连番打，很恐怖啊！他一出场就把我昆音打爆，我恐惧啊！大哥，你好恐怖哦！给点缓和的气息好不好？就剩这点血了，有必要越打越砥砺吗？哎，戏份结束了啦，我要跑第2轮嘞！第2轮再打我啊！不要这样啦，大哥，乖，我们打个商量好不好？ 这样我滚到法印合成以后，法印好了以后劈一下，你又要打爆我的困印，然后我再继续滚，这样轮轮回回要花快半个小时阿内你刚值得，好不好？这回合就先让我赢，好不好？下回合呢，你要怎么虐我都无所谓。我虽然说你可能没什么机会，但是呢，有事总有机会嘛，对不对？谢谢。不要！为什么？哇！你差点最后的最后把我劈死不就还好，我一个身手敏捷，不然真的被你劈死怎样？不会还要打吧？好恐怖哦！大哥，你会不会突然爆冲啊？我这样接受不了啊！离我远一点，离我远一点，大哥。好，可以啊，可以啊，你很猛是吧？再见，第2回再见。我看一下我的那个亚瑟网变怎么样？无友啊！你怎么躺在这里睡搞搞？我已经干掉了啦！你的朋友真不是盖的虽然说没有那个什么长老强，不过我觉得很弱。你好好去跟他 say goodbye 吧。Help me, ladies！ 把我烧声，我都还没还。
Leave him to me.
你想被全族人给唾弃吗
I can't let.
I insist.
好吧，你既然想被全族人唾弃，那就动手吧。Forgive me. What are you do that？ 我只想要你跟他好好讲道理，你把他吃了干什么？算啦，不想管啦，我累了。那家拍家啦，3000年的肉。看来雷吉斯要去跑厕所了，可喜可贺，可喜可贺。巴巴拉巴巴巴拉巴巴，结束了。好，我得老实讲，第1回合我会那么难打，第一次打那么难打，是原因有2个。第一个，我等级真的太低了，那时候好像40等吧，就来打他。第2个呢，就是我那时候什么都不知道，所以我是空拿的烂剑去打，没有抹油，也没有任何的调配。图片我是选什么无关紧要的东西。
My, what a smashing ensemble. You wear it well.
Shut up. I look like a twit.
The caftan is sewn of the best fabrics available,
杰洛特的卖点就是那一
according to
大
the
包。
best tailoring practices.
Shut up.
But one must have a modicum of taste to appreciate this. Even the most exquisite robes cover only deficiencies
我他
in
妈劝你
beauty,
不要靠腰靠
never
北靠
in
步哦，
refinement.
赶快缝一缝，快点，我累了。我不打算跟你争执。
Rather not bicker about taste. Don't like to. It's neither interesting nor productive.
This particular Witcher has an inborn intolerance for formal occasions. Yet he's to attend just such an event shortly. I expect that's the source of his prickliness. So try not to take things personally, Master Taylor. Rather pity him. For in truth, stage fright overwhelms him. He trembles at the thought that he has no notion how to behave in the presence of Her Grace's Majesty.
As well he should.
就个性来讲，
All
杰洛
that
特也蛮
being
像
as it
被
may,
拍了的。
Toussaint's highest honor, the Order of Vitis Vinifera, demands appropriate attire. The Duchess cannot be expected to drape the medal on a suit of armor caked in mud. Palace protocol places enormous emphasis on form, virtuous tradition, etiquette.
Huh. A tradition which values appearances ahead of all else. Which calls for lordly, glistening triviality and misplaced generosity.
这让我想到，感觉你又在开始谈哲学。
Ceremonies, medals honoring virtues, just keeps coming up.
I've had no reprieve either. And I keep thinking of the last great virtue, compassion. It's the one piece of the puzzle that never seemed to fit.
Mean you suddenly believe the 5 virtues theory, after all we've revealed?
It's not a question of belief, superstition, or old wives' tales. It's a conclusion derived through exercising pure logic. Siana planned everything in advance. Had we not stopped her, surely that would be a fit victim. One the gossips would have associated with a lack of compassion.
Her plans don't matter now. Can't act on them. Ask the messenger who delivered my invitation to the ceremony. Siana's in the palace. Courtiers pressured the Duchess to lock her in a tower.
Do you care not a whit who else was in her black book? We've some time before the ceremony. We could still chat with that boot-cleaning urchin. He was the one to pass the victims' names to Detlef. Perhaps we missed something.
你说的对，我们走吧。
All in all, why not check up on that? We'll go together, assuming we're done here.
I am done, yes. It lies in your hands now to see if you are able to present my handiwork at the ceremony with the dignity it is due. Or if you will first destroy it, crawling about the city's underbelly.
Promise to be careful.
小心一点啊！我只会在泥水里面打滚。最近背有点痒啊，你懂的。抓一抓嘛。哇，塞把。
Oh, it's the swordsman. Good to see you. Here for a spiffing? Dirty boots are a stain on professional dignity, you know. Step on up.
Need to ask you something.
Yet again? Go on then. I'm a proponent of free speech and I will gladly tell you all I know. But why not get your boots shanked while we jabber?
Guess they could use a spit and polish.
Then I shall take advantage as well. A friend of mine used to say boots should be as clean as the soles that wear them.
Clean boots, clean souls. A fine slogan.
付版权啊！记得你送过信吗？生意好吗？
How's business?
Well enough, I can't complain. Though it'd be even better were certain folk to sit down for a shine as they stood and chatted.
你记得有人送过信吗？
Man in the frock coat. You passed him some letters, remember?
Why, of course. I'm young, got a mind like a steel trap, but...
If you're about to tell me this information will cost me, forget it. How'd you get those letters?
Beggars brought them.
你之前为什么不告诉我们？
Why didn't you tell us this before, when we first
你为什
talked?
么隔天就变成
Didn't
常
ask
威
about
打
beggars
来
now,
福？
did you?
啊，不对，来福打常威，为什么？我看你是没有被扎过哦。
Beggars. Tell us more about them.
到底是来福打常威，还是常威咬来福啊？
Four. One for each letter.
Just 4? Sure you didn't get a 5th?
I can't count, you know.
Remember anything else? These beggars have anything in common?
What? Come now. Each was different. Some had mismatched boots, others had no boots at all. Oh, I know! They all had no home!
Kid, my patience is starting to run a little thin. Now think hard.
记得他们长怎么样吗？
Remember what they looked like?
Of course. I've a mind like a steel trap, as I said. They were ragged, unshaved. Their
讲
clothes were
废话
tattered.。As to their boots, well, I mentioned that already.
Geralt, allow me to ask a question. Listen, lad. I'll be glad to mix another batch of that boot shine for you. But you must focus now and tell us all you know. Where can we find the beggars?
Well, at the shelter, most like.
Where's that?
Everyone knows. It's just round the corner. Up those stairs, then right.
收容所，这
Thanks,
时代
kid.
有在收容
For your trouble.
乞丐啊。
We must visit the shelter. Look around inside.
好吧，走吧。啊，抱歉，我太重了，难怪走不起来。丢几个垃圾吧。这不是垃圾，但我想丢。计时器不好。啊，谢谢，谢谢再联络，谢谢，好不好？谢谢，啊，谢谢，谢谢，谢谢，哇，谢谢，一个谢谢攻击，谢谢，还差5个，啊，谢谢，啊，可以了，就这样，啊，有始有终，谢谢，希望下个捡到他的人可以跟我一样，见魔杀魔。吸血鬼靠照砍不误，就全部装到这个小袋子里了。时空胶囊送给你们了，再见。哦，这鞋长得有够丑嘞，他那怎么缝的、啊？缝的太丑了吧。
You? What do you want?
To talk.
Here, that's a waste of breath. We've tried it, only to tire our lips. We'll use other means of persuasion now.
Gentlemen, calm, please.
Either get out along with these flea-ridden vagabonds, or we'll toss you all out. Our patience is gone. This place is no longer a rank
跟我讲干嘛？跟他讲啦。
Scram! Decent folk live here.
那他们住这里又有什么不好？
The shelter, them living here, bothers you. Question is why?
Look, Ballard. Another defender of the poor, fighter for justice.
Damn nuisance. We've our women and young folk living next door, when even grown men fear to walk past such rabble.
你是说你是老实人？
Decent folk you mention. Mean yourselves.
Why? Do you doubt it?
Hell yes.
Hell
Hear
yes.
that, Artois? He poking insults us. On our own turf.
哎，雷吉斯
We should
处理
step
一下。
aside, good fellow. My friend is perfectly capable of
哎
settling this unfortunate
喂，你
dispute.
带人先跑嘞，真的是，气死我了！雷吉斯，
Come now!
哎，你拱啊小啊，哎，这真的很不友善呢，拱呢，拱呢，拱啊逃拱，不怕边钱呢。
Break your guts around your spine.
哎，第一个垫步，好帅啊！
Witcher. Fucking twit. Not a witcher.
会拔刀啊，这快！啊！哎！
Gray-haired puppy lover.
要打多久啊？哦，死了一只了。最后的最后，竟然是跟平民百姓打，强盗哎！你是强盗，还好是说你怕这个收容所的人，哪招啊 ？Get him my house！
I can take a hint.
啊，不是 my house。
Come, time
Get
to
out of here,
I
bitch！
thank you so much for your aid. I tried to reason with them, but they'd have beat me blue had you not come along. I'm grateful. It
跟
makes
K
me.
啦，
What did
天
they
真
want
喜
from
欢
you?
帮助弱
They are
势。
neighbors. Wish me to take my folk, the shelter, elsewhere. They dislike that I help the beggars. I do not oppose going elsewhere were we to have somewhere to go. But you've come with a problem, have you? My turn to aid you.
这是什么地方？
What is this place? Poorhouse?
You could call it that. They come here to rest and eat a hot meal.
You help them, why?
Because they need help.
哇，他们听你在放屁，你这个脸看起来不像啊。
Need some information. Looking for a man who might have mentioned the boot black in Rue de Garl.
The bootblack. A feisty lad. I know him.
Any of your, wards supposed to meet him recently or soon?
Forgive me. Those I help and I are not so close that I would know. But should you wait, they'll all soon come for their meal. You can question them yourselves.
所有乞丐都会来。
Sure all your usual beggars will be here?
They're not obliged to come, of course. But they rarely find a decent meal elsewhere. So, almost all in the area eat here.
好吧，我们就等吧。
Thanks. We'll wait. Nice of you to let us.
我们就等吧，就等吧，等到几个小时后都
I've
没
a matter to
人
address before I serve this soup. These two gentlemen have some questions of you. Pay attention. Answer in brief. For if you draw it out, your soup will go cold. And we wouldn't want that, would we?
Recently, 4 of you delivered sealed letters to the bootblack. I know this.
刚好就4个人了，哈哈。
Does anyone know what the gentleman means? Go on, speak up. Romain?
Why should I squeal? We were all told not to mention the letters. We all swore.
You can tell me, Romain. You were given a letter and you delivered it, right?
Pretty well.
Good work, Romain. Thank you. Who else?
I got one too.
小
Gave
仙
it to the bootblack. Freshy, he got one. But he can't tell you, as he's not here.
I still have mine. I'm to deliver it 2 days after the Feast of St. Barnabas.
为什么全部都有份呢？把信给我。
It's a matter of importance to the duchy. Hand it over, or I'll take it from you, plain and simple.
But I was to deliver it personally. Let no one else see it. That is what she said, and she was frightening.
You ought to heed folk who are kind and honest. These men helped me a short while ago, helped all of us. If this individual threatened you, you need not keep the promise you made.
All right, take it. I didn't want to see the bootblack anyways. It's always muddy there.
第5名受害者的信。
Damn it.
What is it? Another name, truly?
See for yourself.
Well. I must say, even I did not expect this. This time you will see to our Duchessa. It seems we underestimated Siana rather grossly.
Judging by this, Detloff was literally supposed to tear her heart out.
Yet first you must snap her neck. Puzzling.
真相大白了吗？
Puzzle complete now.
Alas, the matter ceased to be a tantalizing brain teaser and has turned incredibly grave. We've proof of a plot to assassinate Toussaint's ruler. We've proof of a coup d'etat.
你觉你被骗
Duchess
了
was to be Detloff's last victim. Siana planned it from the start.
Indeed, the logical conclusion, Geralt.
叛
4
国
seemingly random victims to start. The virtue's their only link. Enough to get folk talking about a righteous, vengeful beast. Obscured the victims' links to Siana, even as she had those she despised killed off one by one, leaving the Duchess for last.
Had she managed to fulfill her plan, none would have questioned the reasons. Most would have thought Anna Henrietta had died for her sins. She was known to show a hard heart on many occasions. Ample proof of a lack of compassion.
Why would Siana murder her own sister? Out of envy? To take power? From an inborn penchant for evil?
Yes, and yes. All seem likely, and none are mutually exclusive. But if you'd like to know for certain, you can always ask her yourself.
我想了解他动机，你觉得这是好主意吗？
Think it's a good idea? After all, we foiled her carefully planned scheme. Think she'll even want to?
Talk to you? Would it harm you in any way to try?
好吧，你这么讲了。
Some philosophers think empirical examination the sole path to knowledge. I believe you mentioned the Duchess keeps Siana locked up.
Courtiers were insisting on a harsher punishment. Much harsher. Think Anna Henrietta had to protect her sister from a lynch mob as much as she wanted to protect her subjects from a criminal. One way or another, she's locked away in a secluded wing of the palace, awaiting trial before a court of law. I'd need to get past some guards to see her.
要一起来吗？
Coming with?
Of course not. I shall wait you at Mère Chaise-Longue. I'll not risk entering the palace after Dettlaff and his minions rampage. Besides, I vastly prefer the company of a simple mug of mandrake brew to that of the Duchess's vile sister.
So, said straight up, it means you're going off to get drunk because you hate Siana.
I've never been fond of categorical statements of that kind, but I admit I could not vouch for my behavior in her presence.
那就把他干掉啊，
She
无所
treated
谓啊。
Dettlaff cruelly, caused his death in the end, and now this? Atop all that? No, Geralt. I will not go with you. I will await you at the cemetery.
你可以直接就地处决啊，我是没什么意见啊，反正我趴过了，无所谓啊。要跟席安娜对话，哇，这很远呢，毛怎么那么多啊？你不能一次就跟我说，席安娜，她说临死前想忏你一夜，愿意去找她吗？好，走，这样多方便啊！还有我自己跑过去，真是，哎，这样要考虑一下，到底要不要打第二轮？哎，一般的是最后嘞，之后就不会再升了，4000多了。你讲一个废话啊，不是废话，我说跑那段路还要传送很麻烦，不然听他讲讲，我也是 OK 啊。好啦，这样打一打，我觉得不会很难，蛮简单的。所以说呢，等一下结束这里，就继续第二个吧，第二次。谁啊？戴米恩？谁啊？不认识。啊？很重要吗？嗯，还好吧。啦啦啦啦啦啦啦啦啦啦啦。呢，一样哦。我等一下呢，解完这个什么暗影长者的路线结局，我会先做个 ending， 关个那个实况软体，然后再开的话就是做席安娜的 ending 结局，两个结局都有录哦。看，对你们多好，其实也还好啦，正常的实况组都该这么做啊。我不是在讽刺谁，也没有在暗影谁。真的没有那个意思，你不要过度解读，谢谢，谢谢。哈喽，在上面，根本没有警卫啊！你们这个看守也太扯了吧？说好的警卫呢？没话讲，哦，乌拉乌鸡讲。Hold up.
Need to see Siana urgently.
In the matter of?
我要找他，还有策划。讲严重一点
Need to interrogate her. New facts have come to light. Need them explained. Seems she was planning your Duquesse's assassination.
Ah, fine then. You're that witcher who solved the murders, no? Then you've my permission, but only for a few minutes.
Promise to be brief.
有没有？我不知道有没有个结局是可以让席安娜变女王，然后让原本那个北七去砍头。我还蛮想选那个结局。
The Witcher will speak with the inmate. You can take a momentary break.
As long as it's truly but a moment. Highly irregular, this.
Hey, Siana. Sorry to intrude, but I gotta ask you something.
I've nothing to say to you. You're the one who put me in here. Have you forgotten?
Sure, but you are here. So what's the harm in talking? Got something better to do?
What do you want? Be brief.
这里当老板还不错。
Went to a place where Beauclair's beggars congregate. Found proof that you'd planned your sister's demise. Anna Henrietta. She was Dettloff's ultimate target from the start. Your target.
Bravo, Witcher. I congratulate you on your deductive reasoning skills. But what I'd planned has nothing to do with you.
Wrong. Has everything to do with me.
You were hired to kill the beast. Said beast is dead. So go collect your metal and leave me alone. Why must you meddle in everything?
Regis. He's always saying Dettloff was more animal-like, less human than him. Might have been so. Dettloff acted on reflex, was driven by primordial instincts. Whereas you're driven by cruelty, hatred, and a lust for vengeance. They hired me to kill the beast, true. Thing is, something tells me the real beast is you.
You've no notion who I am or what drives me.
说来听听啊。
Actually came hoping to learn something. It's clear you were out for vengeance. Against those who drove you from the palace? Curse of the Black Sun. That was their reason, right?
It's certainly what they claimed. They said I was dangerous. A mutant. Knights, Crespi, Dulac, Delacroix, and Peyrac Peyran. They got the task of whisking me away, abandoning me outside the duchy's borders.
They were following orders.
So they were, though they did so eagerly. Especially when I tried to flee. Crespi beat me unconscious with a whip. The others stood by and watched. Peyran found ample opportunity to take his frustrations out on me, while Dulac and Delacroix insulted me, mocked me. I swore then I would never forget. I would find them all.
哎，你不要以为我没听出来啊！你讲的只有4个，有一个是怎么回事？米尔顿，哈，哪里惹到你了？哈哈。
Explains a bit. A lot. You had a right to feel rage, resentment. But those motives aren't enough to justify the means you chose.
I didn't expect you to understand. I need no sympathy. Not from you, not from anyone. I regret nothing. If I could turn back time, I'd not decide otherwise at any juncture. They all deserve to be punished. My sister most of all.
Enough. Your visit's done.
Ah, thank the stars.
Commander de la Tour would like to see you. Shall we go at once?
好，没
Let's
什么事
go.
了。
Want to see him too.
Want to see him too？ 这双衣服穿了很久了，可以脱了吗？很重啊，很紧啊，我无法呼吸。过了一阵子，
Damien.
Geralt, it's about time.
哎，是你
Ready
吗
for the ceremony?
你气色不大好。
Your face doesn't look good. What the hell happened?
The city was attacked. Surely you don't imagine I could
Just
stand
all.
and watch it all from some ivory tower.
让你变得更帅了，跟你讲，这就是男人的真谛。
All right, we can start.
Very well. But you must behave. Less like a hired thug, and more like a man deserving of the Duchy's highest honor. In fact, you'd do best to maintain a dignified silence throughout. Let's begin the ceremony. Come with me. The Duchess awaits.
Geralt of Rivia. The winner is Geralt of
In the guild's name, I beg your assistance, your enlightened highness. Without barrels, production will come to a stop, and it will be the end of us.
You lost them all in the fire. These are horrible tidings. Oh, we are most dreadfully saddened.
Yes, your enlightened highness all. Once the beasts had clawed their way into the warehouse, the whole place went up in flames.
I shall dispatch a palace guardsman to examine the site of the blaze. If things are as you say, fitting compensation shall be paid from the ducal treasury.
Thank you, your enlightened highness. Your Grace, Geralt of Rivia has arrived.
My dear subjects, we come now to our next point of business. Of all the duties which fall upon my shoulders, as the ruler of this dominion, this duty is dearest to my heart.
怎样看我头吗？
For now, we shall award the Order of Vitis Vinifera, Tucson's highest honor.
Geralt of Rivia, slayer of the beast of Beauclair, step forth.
We bestow the distinction upon the Witcher, who saved Beauclair from the terrible beast. Such is our desire. May this symbol serve as a reminder to all that the Witcher shall forever remain a friend of Beauclair. In more familiar terms now, I thank you immensely, Geralt. Damien has your reward for you. After all, it was but a contract.
Thank you.
I have a small surprise for you, in addition. I give you more than a dozen barrels of Son Real, a wine normally reserved for the ducal table. The gustatory experience of a lifetime awaits. Are you content?
我有个坏消息要告诉你，嘿嘿。
I am, and truly grateful, Your Grace. Sadly, I'm afraid I have to sour the mood. It's Sienna. She plotted to have you killed, Duchess. Planned to use Dettlaff. You were to be the beast's fifth victim.
This cannot be true. You're mistaken.
哇，你永远都在讲这句
You
话。
must be.
I have proof.
啊，不用看啊，我心知肚明，只是不想承认而已。华贤啊，帮忙讲几句话啊。
I do not believe it.
好吧，就算了，坚信不疑。
In a moment I shall speak to Sienna. Will you assist me? You returned my sister to me, yet what you tell me now I find devastating. I've come to doubt that I can judge her fairly. I'd far prefer to learn you're mistaken, Geralt.
I'm not. In fact, I'd recommend you be particularly careful around her.
You exaggerate, Witcher. She is my sister. I know well how to speak to her.
Oh.
If my presence will help in any manner,
Yeah,
of course I'll stay.
We shall now question a person implicated in the murders which recently ravaged our fair city of Beauclair. Captain de la Tour, show Sylvia Anna in.
Sylvia Anna， 没有，她叫 Sylvia， 为什么叫她 Sienna？ 是因为简写吗？一上来就捅你一刀，不知。
The Witcher will take part in our talk.
我想干嘛就干嘛，关你屁事！
The Duchess requested I be present.
You have committed crimes. Grave crimes. Yet you are my sister, and my heart does not allow me to treat you as a common criminal. Nor does it let me believe you sought my demise. My heart yearns to know you were swayed by the monster Detlef. You yourself would never stoop so low. Thus I have asked Geralt to advise me. As one impartial, I shall now hear what he has to say.
为了公国好，这才是最重要的。席安娜应该看其他罪犯也受到一样的惩罚。为了公国好，这才是最重要的。到底是哪一个啊？听起来都很像可以啊。
Your Grace, as head of state, you should look first and foremost after your dominion. Sienna's actions, what drove them, be damned. She's a threat to your subjects.
You are correct. They are what matters. I must not forget this. Sienna, you shall be tried and given a fitting punishment. Yet we shall never cease to be family. As Duchess, I shall have to judge you. But as your sister, I shall never stop loving you. Will you forgive me?
滚！两个北七！我要死也死在姐姐的手中。
I shall never forgive you.
Oh yeah! 哦，一尸二命，完美大结局。哇，这个我第一次没有看过哎，太美了吧！这个结局，好神作，神作，这个18期终于死了。不过安娜死了就蛮可惜的。神作，谢谢各位，这个结局我很满意啊。神作。那安娜早就是该死了。结束了，神作，呜呼！哇，我从来没看过这么神的结局诶！我还在想说，这安娜该不会永远死不了吧？这样很无聊啊！刚想完就被捅了一镖，是哦，哎，爆嘞！怎么突然这个城镇怎么突然变得那么昏暗？不过死了一个87，有必要这样吗？
Need some flowers, a wreath, or...
I've none. Sold everything. I was just on my way out. No sense hanging about with nothing to do. Should come as no shock, sir. Had the funeral, folk took it all. Men, women, children, all wished to lay a bouquet on the Duchess's grave. Windflowers, peonies, gladioli. But she liked common roses best. I know. Her ladies-in-waiting would come here at times. I'd choose the loveliest blooms for her. Fragrant, big petals, the kind that last a long time. I've still not come to terms with it. To be killed by her own sister. How could it happen?
啊，这就是人类啊！我有什么办法？
Anna Henrietta wanted to believe there was still hope for Sienna, that she'd show remorse. She reached a hand out to her. Too soon. Too trusting.
I know you. You're that witcher from the north. The one that saved us from the beast.
Could say that.
这样怎么突然在我面前弯下腰？
Take these.
吓死我了！
Thought you were out of flowers.
I put a bouquet aside. I was to take it to her myself. But you have it. I know you held the Duchess dear.
啊，你想太多了，我只是形式上而已。
Not a copper. Keep your coin and raise a toast in her memory tonight.
Just that.
我觉得没必要哎。So long。女公爵对我没什么感觉啊，就是个87，利用我当工具人而已，没什么意义啊。反正我家里还有特瑞斯在等着，赶快处理，赶快回家吧。啊，喜安娜啊，不对，安娜亨利叶塔啊，谢谢你这个2-3天的北西陪伴，一直叫我走那跑那跑这跑这的，烦都快烦死了。哦，看到你死去的大快人心，终于啊，早该死一死了。啊，我是说死。对啦，早该去死一死。嘿嘿嘿。哈哈，这个，哎，你这个很白目啊！人家在这里举办丧事，你在那边还是人物哎。
Name's Geralt. What can I do for you?
That hair, the scar, the frown. It's all perfect.
Something you actually want from me? Or are you just gonna go on gushing about my attributes?
挺白目的。
I admire, good sir. Admire and desire. Such a threat in the eyes. Oh, so manly.
If you're trying to get me to meet with you some evening, you're just wasting your time.
An evening? Impossible. I shall require the soft light of mid-afternoon for this portrait.
Portrait?
Indeed. Yours. En face. Actual size. With the finest vista Toussaint affords behind you. Pose for me. You must. Naturally, I shall pay the compensation due to you for your modeling services.
这任务怎么是在女王死后才出现的啊？随便你，随便你。反正我时间多的是，那女爵又不是很赶。
It shan't. Never worry. We've but a short distance to journey into the hills outside of town. A perfect landscape, perfectly to frame your perfect physiognomy.
Let's go then.
I need only fetch my easel and palettes from my studio. We shall meet at noon at the western gate, near the palace. From where we'll venture forth together.
一个连麦兽魔猎人的画像，哇，我可以画我自画像哎，可以去那个，不过我先去送粉啊。不然跑出个北七，大家在哭的时候啊，白马王子，你已经是王子。城市变得太灰暗了吧，感觉好幸福洋溢。Hello， 这个吧。
Witcher, I was certain you'd departed.
Couldn't. Anna Henrietta was
wondrous, beautiful, good. The best ruler one could hope to have. Yet I let her down.
别自言自语了，看就碍眼。
Not the time to give in to weakness. You're the commander of her guard. Ought to set an example for others. Be dignified, standing guard over her grave. It's what Anna Henrietta would have wanted.
You are right, Geralt. There will be a time to grieve later. My duty to the ducal seat, that comes first now.
知道就好。
Come to pay my respects. Bid the Duchess farewell.
White roses. They were her favorite. Go inside, then. She lies in the ducal crypt. In one room with her murderer. Despite my protests.
What? Who decided that?
The Regent's Council. A pack of old men who've statutes and codices for hearts. Ducal blood flowed in Syanna's veins, and she was never legally disinherited. So they ruled she should lie alongside Anarietta.
这才是最现实的，最符合兽魔猎人现实的结局。我到底要过几个镇子啊？好，我来了啦！ 送给你们吧。其实我比较想放席安娜的，其他的另外一个我不太想放，差小的一个戏耶。
And all this, what did it bring you? Rest in peace. I regret it ended this way, that I failed to prevent it. Hope you can forgive me. Rest in peace.
Stylish crypt, quite subdued. Yes, this is the kind of eternal resting place I dream of.
Moments like this, I never know if you're joking or serious.
Serious, Geralt, serious. It's remarkably peaceful, subtly charming to the hilt. A perfect match for the Duchess's dignity. Ah, you humans, you'll never cease to amaze me. To feel despair in the face of natural processes to which you are predestined. I've come to take you from this place, my friend. Dare say you deserve a speck of respite after the mad whirl of the last few days.
再见了，北齐。啊，不是再见，是永别。
All those deaths I failed to prevent. Feel pretty awful right about now. Can't help thinking I could have done more. Now Toussaint's left without a ruler, or more accurately, chaos rules here. Hand in hand with despair. Duchess won over people's hearts. All Beauclair now weeps for her.
A mass outburst of emotion. Well, it seems her subjects have adopted some of their recent ruler's traits.
Why the sarcasm? Thought you liked Donna Henrietta.
I did. And I do truly rue her passing.
Me too.
Then let us drink.
还以为你比较喜欢复杂的解决方式，有时候单纯也是一种美。
Whatever you say about Siona, you gotta admit she was unbending.
That she was. I do admit it. Though, in her case, it would have been better if she had been a tad more philosophical, pausing from time to time to reflect on the propriety of her actions.
True.
How do you find my personal brew? Not too strong?
Just right.
Credit the local mandrake of the Alrauna diabolus variety for that. The tubers which grow in this area's volcanic soil have an altogether unique flavor profile and display a remarkably uncommon dark brown tint.
Fascinating. All I can say is this batch turned out excellent.
Indeed. It might be wise to stockpile some roots for the future. Would you care to accompany me?
If you think it's a good idea, let's go. But I think you might be forgetting one thing. Fresh mandrake root of this variety is highly toxic, even to a witcher.
Ah, not a problem. I never forget matters of safety and hygiene in alchemy. Here, gloves and a mask. Don them, and you shall be in no danger.
Thanks. Right then, let's go.
采香菇喽，非必须。
Moonlight makes me oh so dreamy.
还是带一下好了，到时候中毒就好笑了。请问一下，你丢在哪里？丢在这里啊？哪一个啊？还有什么？还有香都面这个面罩，哇， 长得有多正，可以这么正。
Penny for your thoughts.